Kyle Walker could leave Man City this summer after being dropped for the Champions League final. The England right-back has been linked with the move to Saudi Arabia, as well as a return to his boyhood club, Sheffield United. I'd be stunned, personally, if he was to leave Man City. Now, I say only because he doesn't look like the years are affecting him. He's 33, he's still got pace. He's still one of the best right-backs. I'm not going to say this country's ever seen, because that can take you back a few years. I think currently, with his level, his form, his game that he brings to the table, he's still one of the best right-backs. I don't think he's ready, no disrespect, I don't think he's ready to drop down to a Sheffield United level. I know it's Premier League, but I'm just saying I don't think he's ready to make that move to a smaller club just yet. Do you?
No, and I would be surprised if he did that. Listen, they've just had such an incredible season. I'm sure he was gutted. And there is a thing, and I think, with players, right? When the big games come around, and there's none bigger than that one, when the very biggest games come around and you're not playing, it don't matter how much Pep will have said to him in the build-up, you're my main man, and you know this and you know that, which they have to do. Mm-hmm. When those big games come along and you're not playing, it's like a bolt of electricity that goes through you, and it sort of rocks you to your core, really. It hurts. And it tells you that maybe as we move on from and here, and as a 33-year-old, he's entitled to feel slightly vulnerable, and maybe that sort of made him just wake up a little bit more and think, right, actually, I might want to leave on a high, I might want to go, and I might want to go somewhere else. I think, has he intimated, am I getting this wrong, but has he intimated, Kyle, that he would have always liked to have gone back to Sheffield United at some point?
That's what we say about players.
Yeah, I don't know whether I've heard that or whether that's just something that's come in. I've thought I've read something where he sort of said one day he would kind of likes the idea of maybe going back to Sheffield United.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
But when you come towards the end of Chris, so at the end of yours, you went to Borough, right? You dropped down a level.
Yes, I did.
And you were playing with Paul Merson, Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah. Ince.
Paul Ince, Pauls, Gary Pallister.
Yeah, some really good players.
Was Emerson there?
Emerson was there when I first went there. Mark Schwarzer. Then, of course, you had the guys like Steve Vickers and Robbie Mustoe and Curtis Fleming and all those boys. They were very, very good lads.
So was it just...
Craig Hignett.
Did you drop down? I know you came up. You went straight back up.
Yeah.
Did you make that move to have fun at the end of your career? What was like training like with that kind of...
Being brutally honest, I made that move to make more money, first and foremost. That's just the honest truth, because Middlesbrough, obviously, we all knew that they were throwing a few quid around at that particular time to certain players. And what was I? I was 30, I think I was 35 and a bit, still at Villa. And I thought... Actually, no, I don't know if I was quite that old. But anyway, I just felt that was a good move for me financially at that stage of my career. And as it was, I really enjoyed it, because I'd played in London, I'd played South Coast, I'd played in the Midlands. I'd never played for a team up north. And I really loved it. Those big games in the promotion year against Sunderland were big games. And then once we got promoted back to the Premier League against Newcastle, of course, it was great. I really enjoyed that. I got, for the first time, I sort of got the vibe of what it's like to play for a team up north.
Did you take notice of anything anyone ever told you to do in training? Because you've got so many old experienced heads
we
there.
had so many great lads there. And I felt sorry for, not so much, bless him, God rest him, Gordon or Viv or Brian Robson. Not those guys, but there were other coaches around the club that take you away and say, we want to do some sprint training. And it was like, no, we're not doing that. Not doing that.
Well,
I forget that.
You say I'm not doing it, and they go okay.
And of course, if you've got all of us guys, and we're all into our 30s, and we've all kind of been around the block a bit, and you've got a young coach who wants you to do this and wants you to do that, and you start going, oh no, come on, let's have a five-a-side. Pick a couple of teams, you get the goals, get the bibs. Come on, let's have a jolly up, and that's let's have a bit of let's have a five-a-side.
Fun this afternoon.
We don't want to run and stretch and all the things you can't do very well when you get older in football. So no, it was great fun. We got promoted, and then we enjoyed some very consistent years in the Premier League. So
maybe if Kyle Walker's listening, he'd definitely make that move to Sheffield United.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein, Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.